Yeah, except I'm not dressed anywhere near as comfortably. That's why that area was. That's okay.
A regular meeting of the City Council held in the Council Chamber on Thursday, January 28, 2016 at 7 o'clock p.m. for the purpose of transacting any and all business. Notice of this meeting was posted on January 21st, 2016 at 6:51 p.m. This meeting is being taped and is live on SATV. Please turn off your cell phone ringers at this point as well. All councilors are present. Council President Turiel presiding. Councilor Gerard moves to dispense with the reading of the record of the previous meeting. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. I now request that everybody please rise to recite the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Councilor Lovely. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public testimony, none. Hearings.
Order from Comcast to install a conduit from Crombie Street to 28 Norman Street.
Hearing. Name and address for the record, please.
Good evening. Timothy Broderick with Comcast, 9 Forbes Road in Woburn. Here tonight on the underground petition for 28 Norman Street. From an existing vault on Crombie Street, we'd like to place one 4-inch conduit, PVC conduit, 60 feet plus or minus in a southeasterly direction to the property of 28 Norman Street to provide service to that commercial building.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Does anybody in the public wish to speak in support of this? Any members of the public wish to speak in opposition? Seeing none. Go, Councilor Dibble.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I'm just curious on...
Stand up.
Just curious, on the elbow, will you be providing a handhole or manhole in that elbow so that you can continue the line down the street if need be?
We'll just sweep in. We do already have a line going down the street, but it was so close to the manhole that we didn't want to drop another manhole. So the vault that we're coming out of, we already have a line that goes down. I forget what that cross street is. We already go down that intersection, but since we're only 40 or 50 feet away, we didn't want to drop another one there. We'll just put our conduit basically almost in the same trench that it's going down the street already.
All right, I guess my question could be changed to, rather than digging up the 60-foot of street and another trench on the street, couldn't you just tie into that existing line that's already there?
We could do that, but like I said, we just didn't want to keep dropping vaults all the way down the street. So we could do that if that's your...
Just trying to reduce the amount of overall construction on our roadways.
Yeah, there's already, I believe, a trench going down that street, so it's totally up to you. If that's what you'd like us to do, we can certainly do that.
Just throwing out there for consideration. Thank you.
Councilor Flamingo?
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that the hearing be closed. Or I'd further move that this be granted with the conditions provided by the city engineer, which you've received.
Councilor Flamingo moves that the hearing be closed. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. And Councilor Flamingo moves that this be granted with the conditions. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Stephen Dwyer to serve as a member of the Salem Disabilities Commission with a term to expire on December 3rd, 2018.
Councilor Fury?
Yes, please. Councilor Churiel.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to speak in support of Mr. Dwyer's nomination. He's been a South Salem resident for some time and has become active in the community. He helps us in the South Salem Neighborhood Association. He's a local attorney. He's very interested in serving the city and wants to get involved. And this was something we all thought was a great opportunity for him to jump in. The Disabilities Commission has been looking for some new people to come in and serve it, and I'm really looking forward to his time.
Councilor. Any further comments?
I further move that he be confirmed by roll call vote.
Do you see the, 3 hands? Okay.
No need.
No need. Okay. Thank you. Madam City Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilor Dibble?
Yes.
Councilor Epley?
Yes.
Councilor Famico?
Yes.
Councilor Fury?
Yes.
Councilor Gerard?
Yes.
Councilor Lovely?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo,
Yes.
Counselor Ryan,
Yes.
Counselor Sargent,
Yes.
Counselor Terrio.
Yes.
Thank you. 11 members voting, 11 members in approval. It's moved. Council?
Thank you, Mr. President. I move we suspend the rules to allow Mr. Dwyer to address the council, should he wish. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'd just like to say thank you for the appointment to the commission. I look forward to doing the best that I can to help Salem be a little bit more accessible to those of us with disabilities. Thank you.
Further appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Kylie Sullivan to serve as a member of the Bicycle Advisory Committee with a term to expire January 14th, 2019.
Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to speak in strong support of Kylie Sullivan to serve on the Bicycle Advisory Committee. She has been part of Salem Main Streets now for over 2 years. She has done a phenomenal job in her role here. She has brought so many things in Salem to life. When you go to the Salem Arts Festival, you can see Kylie's hard work. And I ask that we confirm this by roll call vote.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble,
Yes.
Counselor Epley,
Yes.
Counselor Famico,
Yes.
Counselor Fury,
Yes.
Counselor Gerard,
Yes.
Counselor Lovely,
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy,
Yes.
Counselor Milo,
Yes.
Counselor Ryan,
Yes.
Counselor Sargent,
Yes.
Counselor Terrio.
Yes. On the matter of the appointment of Kylie Sullivan to the Bicycle Advisory Committee, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. So moved.
Mr. President, I'd like to ask to suspend the rules to allow Ms. Sullivan to address the council.
Ms. Sullivan?
Thank you very much. I just wanted to say I'm delighted to serve, and as somebody who bikes to work the majority of the year, I'm around town and doing my business. I'm really excited to see how I can be a part of this conversation and moving the city forward. So thank you very much.
Thanks. Further appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Eric Papetti to serve as a member of the Bicycle Advisory Committee with a term to expire January 14th, 2019.
Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I want to move in strong support for Eric Papetti to serve as well as another member of the Bike Advisory Committee. I met him in October when I was helping get the Dixon Chapel at Green Lawn ready for Friends of Green Lawn tour, and just in briefly talking with him, he works for the Federal Transportation Administration. He also is the president of Mass Bike, and he and his husband just recently bought their home on Simon Street, which was also renovated by a Ward 6 resident, and he is just really excited to be part of this community and get more involved. And when he offered up his experience and offered up the time, I think that this is a great opportunity for all of us. So strongly support this, and I ask for confirmation by roll call vote.
On the matter of confirmation, Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble,
Yes.
Counselor Epley,
Yes.
Counselor Famico,
Yes.
Counselor Fury,
Yes.
Counselor Gerard,
Yes.
Counselor Lovely,
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy,
Yes.
Counselor Milo,
Yes.
Counselor Ryan,
Yes.
Counselor Sargent,
Yes.
Counselor Terrio.
Yes. On the matter of the appointment of Eric Papetti to the Bicycle Advisory Committee, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. Confirmation is confirmed. Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would also ask to suspend the rules to allow Mr. Papetti to address the council.
Good evening. Thank you so much to the council and the mayor for this opportunity to serve and make Salem an even better community for bicycling. Thanks again.
Thank you. Further appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of William Legault to serve as a member of the Disabilities Commission with a term to expire January 14, 2019.
Counselor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to suspend Rule 29A since Mr. Legault can't be here tonight, but I ask that we do confirm him by roll call vote. And if I just may say also that it's really fantastic that he wants to continue to serve the city, that he has a great deal of experience. He was the liaison to the Disabilities Commission when he served in the council, and this is a fantastic appointment. And unfortunately, he couldn't be here tonight because in another capacity, he is representing Salem at a meeting with Massport tonight. But I do ask that we do confirm him.
Counselor Epley.
I second the suspension of Rule 29A.
Thank you. So, being no objection, on the confirmation of William Legault to serve as a member of the Disabilities Connection, Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
We have to vote on the suspension.
Do we have to vote on the suspension? All right. All right, so vote on the suspension of that. All the hand vote. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay, so now on the confirmation by roll call vote, Madam City Clerk?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrell?
Yes. Whoops, this one says this one has the wrong name on it. Yes,
Oh, I did.
I'll write it on here.
Okay.
On the appointment of William Legault to the Disabilities Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a moment of personal privilege that I just want to say thank you very much to Mr. Andy Lapointe for his 18 years of service on the Disabilities Commission.
Thanks. One more note on here. I have to write the right thing on here.
If I may, Mr. President,
Mm-hmm.
I may request a city seal be sent to Mr. Lapointe for all his service on that board, because he's put a lot of time, effort, and heart on that board, if I may. A city seal.
Years of service. So moved. Further appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Mary Zerman Best to serve as a member of the Public Arts Commission with a term to expire January 14, 2018.
Councilor Famico.
Thank you, Mr. President. Ms. Best is a downtown resident, just like myself. So she's also the president of our Salem Arts Association. I think she'd be a fabulous addition to the Public Arts Commission, just due to her proximity to the downtown. We see a lot of our installments going in different areas, and she's right there in the midst of it. And also, she's very active in our community. Recently, a few months ago, we had a downtown neighborhood association. We're in the works still, meeting, and she was right there just giving some input as far as safety concerns in the community. So just her involvement, her proximity, I think she would be a fabulous addition. So I move for a confirmation by roll call vote.
Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrell?
Yes. On the appointment of Mary Seaman Best to the Public Arts Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Councilor Famico.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move to suspend the rules to allow Ms. Best to address the council if she chooses to do so.
I'd like to thank you all for this appointment. I look forward to the service to the city, especially when it comes to arts in the community. I look forward to it, and thank you.
Thank you. Further appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Keisha DeLeon to serve as a member of the Public Arts Commission with a term to expire January 14, 2018.
Councilor Lovely.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise at this time to ask the council to support this appointment of Ms. DeLeon to the Public Arts Commission. I'm very excited about her resume shows her working with youth, and I think getting youth involved early with art is very, very important. And we have so much going on here in Salem, and I know Deborah Greel is very involved in the arts community and trying to get some funding and get some people involved. It looks like we have some great appointments, and I would move Ms. DeLeon's appointment by roll call vote.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes. On the question of the appointment of Keisha DeLeon to the Public Arts Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Councilor Lovely.
I would ask at this time the council suspend the rules to allow Ms. DeLeon to address the council if she so wishes.
Good evening, everyone. I would just like to say thank you for affording me this opportunity to serve in the capacity of art in our great city. Thank you.
Thank you. Further appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Amanda Moore to serve as a member of the Public Arts Commission with a term to expire January 14, 2018.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Under discussion.
On discussion, thank you, Mr. President. I too rise, as my good colleague from Ward 3 said. I read through all the resumes, and I also at this time like to recognize Deb Greel, who's in the audience with us tonight, and how fortunate she must be to have these new additions to her wonderful group in the organization and the group that the work that they do with supporting the arts in our community. But at this time, I'd ask the council. The woman that I'm going to appoint is Ms. Moore. She's right there in the corner. And I just want to say that I read everyone, and everyone is highly qualified. But if anyone has the opportunity to flip through Ms. Moore's resume, oh my God, how fortunate we are to have her. She is by far. When I read through it, she's traveled the world from. She spent some time in Germany. The Gates. My mother's German. And then she's also spent some time in Singapore, and my nephew actually works at the university in Singapore. So she's going to bring a wealth of knowledge and experience as in her resume to this commission and broaden the scope of it. And I think I wholeheartedly support the mayor's nomination to have this in front of us, and I wholeheartedly would ask the council to support her nomination to the board.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes. On the appointment of Amanda Moore to the Public Arts Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, I rise to ask for suspension of rules to allow Ms. Moore to address the council if she so chooses.
Ms. Moore.
Thank you all for this appointment. It's a great honor. I really look forward to working together with the Arts Commission and with the community to make art more accessible to the public. I want to thank Deborah very much for inviting me to be a part of this commission. And yes, thank you all.
Thank you.
Mr. President?
Yes.
At this time, I would like to suspend the rules to allow Ms. Greel to speak to the council relative to the Public Arts Commission. I'm sure it'll be brief, but I'd like her to say a few words.
See no objections? Ms. Greel.
what a difference it makes having a public art master plan. In my year and a half, almost year and a half here, we've been working diligently with a extraordinarily challenging small budget. But we've been able to accomplish much, and hopefully there's much more to be accomplished. We're going into another public art installation coming up. As you know, I'm also working with Artist Row, trying to really affect change there. But I think that what's also very exciting is how many communities have reached out to Salem, look toward us as the leaders in this. And I'm excited to be working also in the planning department, where I'm actually working with some of the planners that are, we're looking at regional things with the MAPC and how we can connect art regionally, but also to be able to assist the other cities in terms of thinking about what public art means to them. It's a great economic engine. It brings people here all year long. So we have our Peabody Essex Museum, who's like a tremendous partner with us, and also to be able to bring art outside as well. As Amanda so very well said, accessible, fun, and for everyone. So thank you very much for all of your support for public art.
Thank you. Further appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Austin Barron Bailey to serve as a member of the Public Arts Commission with a term to expire January 14, 2018.
Councilor Famico.
Thank you. So we weren't done with the art quite yet.
Whoops.
My
apologies.
It's okay, it leads right into it. So I've known Austin for the last couple years or so. Not only is she a great addition to the city, even though she was not born here, we still embrace her. She has a couple kids, one of whom is at the Bentley School now, and she's actively involved there, which is a fabulous, fabulous addition to have. She and her husband have created creative opportunities for them for their fundraising as well, even getting people to park way down towards there versus right in the downtown during our little busy month of October. Austin is a staff member over at the Peabody Essex Museum. I don't know if anyone remembers this past year. I'm sure the good at large counselor knows there was an exhibit there about everything in California and the architecture, and she actually helped curate that. She's also been in charge of symposiums and other things. Prior to coming to Salem, she has worked in LA as well as New York City and has a great deal of experience down in New Orleans as well. I'm thrilled that she is going to be joining us in this role now, because not only does she have the artistic experience, she also gets to live in our lovely historic district. So she's able to tie all that in. I'm thrilled that Austin's coming into this role. I am sad that Juliet left us for Somerville, but that's okay. I'm glad with Austin and all these other additions to the Public Arts Commission that we'll be able to leverage public art and think of it beyond murals and everything else. This past year we had some things on the ground. I know they're looking at lighting and other opportunities in different festivals, and I'm just really excited what we have coming our way and the way we can kind of leverage that with other deals and other departments, and we have a lot of great things coming to Salem. With that, I move for a confirmation by roll call vote after the good at large counselor adds his 2 cents.
Thank you. President, I
Councilor
have the
Fury.
pleasure of working at the Peabody Essex Museum, where art and culture come together, and it's a world-class museum. But if I may borrow your quote, Councilor McCarthy, "Oh my God, Part 2." We're very lucky to have her qualifications. She's a doctorate degree from the University of California in art, a master's degree in history from Williams College, a bachelor's degree in Vassar College. Indeed, oh my God, thank you very much. Pleasure to work with you. Pleasure.
Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes. On the appointment of Austin Barron Bailey to the Public Arts Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Councilor Famico.
Yes, Mr. President, I move for a suspension of the rules to allow Austin to come speak to the council if she would like to.
Thank you very much, all, for this opportunity and this honor to serve Salem, a relatively new city for me. I've been here 3 years, and to bring my passion for art and bringing art to the public, to this public role, the civic role. I am thrilled to be part of the tremendous cultural momentum that is happening in Salem, and the opportunity to foster civic and cultural collaboration between the Peabody Essex Museum and the city is a great goal of mine, and I think Deborah's and the Public Art Commission's as well. And I think the opportunity to create creative experiences and emotional connections to art and to place will really drive the work we're doing. So thank you.
Further appointments and reappointments.
Held from the last meeting, the mayor's appointment of Allison Thibodeau to serve as a member of the Council on Aging with a term to expire on January 14, 2019.
Councilor Lovely.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise at this time. I'm very pleased to ask the council to support Allison Thibodeau for this position. She has a long-standing history here in Salem. She's been employed by the city of Salem for a great deal of time, and she's earned a lot of kudos for dealing with our senior population. I can find, in my experience, no person who's better qualified and has a bigger heart than Allison Thibodeau, and I move at this time for confirmation by roll call vote.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Councilor Dibble?
Yes.
Councilor Epley?
Yes.
Councilor Famico?
Yes.
Councilor Fury?
Yes.
Councilor Gerard?
Yes.
Councilor Lovely?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilor Milo?
Yes.
Councilor Ryan?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes.
Councilor Terrio?
Yes. On the matter of the appointment of Allison Thibodeau to the Council on Aging, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Councilor Lovely.
At this time, Mr. President, I would move suspension of the rules to allow Allison Thibodeau to address the council if she so chooses.
Thank you for your kind words, Councilor Lovely. It will be 40 years in March that I moved here to Salem to work at the former Dr. J. Robert Shaughnessy Rehabilitation Hospital. I've been very fortunate to live, work, and be part of a community that I love very much, and I look forward to serving a very important population here in Salem, the seniors. Thank you.
Thank you.
Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's reappointment of Richard Gigalta to serve as a member of the Board of Assessors with a term to expire February 1st, 2019.
Councilor Famico.
Thank you. I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Under discussion?
No.
Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilor Dibble?
Yes.
Councilor Epley?
Yes.
Councilor Famico?
Yes.
Councilor Fury?
Yes.
Councilor Gerard?
Yes.
Councilor Lovely?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilor Milo?
Yes.
Councilor Ryan?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes.
Councilor Terrio?
Yes. On the reappointment of Richard Gigalta to the Board of Assessors, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. Matter carries. Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's reappointment of the following to serve as members of the Cemetery Commission with their terms to expire February 1st, 2019. Patricia Donahue, Anthony O'Donnell, and Joanne Miziak.
Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Under discussion.
I move that
Go.
we divide the question.
Councilor Famico asked to divide the question. All three separately, or?
I have no problem dividing. We can do.
Okay, so we'll do
Break
them,
out the
we'll
three.
do them
It's fine.
individually.
Thank you.
So we will do the first, on the first one, Patricia Donahue. Madam City Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilor Dibble?
Yes.
Councilor Epley?
Yes.
Councilor Famico?
Present.
Councilor Fury?
Yes.
Councilor Gerard?
Yes.
Councilor Lovely?
Yes.
Councilor McCarthy?
Yes.
Councilor Milo?
Yes.
Councilor Ryan?
Yes.
Councilor Sargent?
Yes.
Councilor Terrio?
Yes. On the reappointment of Patricia Donahue to the Cemetery Commission, 11 councilors voting, 10 in the affirmative, 1 present. The matter carries.
Okay. Mr. President?
Yes.
If I may, at this time, could I ask for a 1-minute recess for those people who are still in the room? Some of them are trying to leave and they're not sure if they can. I mean, obviously, you're welcome to stay as long as you want, but if we could just have 1 minute for those people who have been appointed, if they so desire to sit. You're more than welcome to stay and watch, but I know a couple of people have been hearing them, can we leave now? And,
So moved.
If we could just take 1 minute, so those who want to leave can leave, but you're more than
So
welcome to
moved.
stay.
Feel free to stay if you want to. We're a thrill a minute.
He went around to check on him. He went around to check on him.
Maybe it's unplugged or something.
3 nights on it.
Light on.
No, just don't say much today. Is it not plugged? Is the cable out? Yeah, it's out.
Oh, yeah, but it's like it was one of those villages that, like, everyone knew each other, the butcher was
You'll probably take down 4 more of them if you pull it.
A domino effect.
Just,
I can see it from here.
just turn the lanes a little bit more towards you, too. You got it? I thought this was... Oh, yeah.
You can leave it up. See it?
Dave, you're a technical expert now. You can handle it. You're a small business owner. You can do it. Yay!
You can unplug
You're the plug counselor.
You need to plug it in. Wait for you to be like that.
Everybody, everybody ready to get back to their seats?
There we go.
I'm not worried about you. It's everybody else we're trying to herd. Dave? Your colleague next to you there. All right, on the second reappointment, Anthony O'Donnell. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes. Thank you. On the reappointment of Anthony O'Donnell to the Cemetery Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. On the reappointment of Joanne Miziok, Madam City Clerk, please call the roll.
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famico?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Terrio?
Yes. On the reappointment of Joanne Miziok to the Cemetery Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. Matter carries. Further appointments or reappointments?
We have the mayor's reappointment of Donna Clifford to serve as a member of the Council on Aging with a term to expire February 1st, 2019.
Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Under discussion?
No discussion.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famiko?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Turiel?
Yes. On the reappointment of Donna Clifford to the Council on Aging, 11 members voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's reappointment of the following to serve as members of the Public Art Commission with their terms to expire January 31st, 2018. Noreen Gashinard, Lillian Shu, and J. Michael Sullivan.
Councilor Dibble.
Yes, I rise to move for confirmation by a roll call vote.
Thank you. Under discussion.
Yes, I think that we all witnessed tonight the overall expertise and enthusiasm from so many people looking to donate their time on the various boards. And two of these in particular, Noreen Gashinard and Michael Sullivan, I've worked with for the last 29 to 30 years, and their enthusiasm and love for the city is just shown in everything they do. So combine that with Lillian Sue and the rest of the board that was just approved tonight, I think we're looking for good things coming out of the Public Arts Commission. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, would you, Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I've waited until now, and I wish that some of the Public Arts Commission folks were still here, as well as Deb Greel, but I was waiting until this time because it was the last time we were voting on them. This is the 5th time tonight that we're voting on art, and I think that that's awesome, that we're taking that opportunity to vote for art. You don't see that very often. 2 years ago, this body approved the Public Arts Commission, and it's actually one of my favorite votes that I've taken so far. I think Deb Greel has done a phenomenal job, as has the prior commission, and as Councilor Dibble had just indicated, there are a lot of great things coming ahead with the commission, so thank you.
Thank you. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famiko?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Turiel?
Yes. On the reappointment of Noreen Gashinard, Lillian Sue, and J. Michael Sullivan to the Public Arts Commission, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's reappointment of Cindy Keegan to serve as a member of the Renewable Energy Task Force with a term to expire on February 1st, 2019.
Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for confirmation by roll call vote.
Thank you. Under discussion?
No discussion.
Thank you. On the matter, on the reappointment of Cindy Keegan, Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble?
Yes.
Counselor Epley?
Yes.
Counselor Famiko?
Yes.
Counselor Fury?
Yes.
Counselor Gerard?
Yes.
Counselor Lovely?
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy?
Yes.
Counselor Milo?
Yes.
Counselor Ryan?
Yes.
Counselor Sargent?
Yes.
Counselor Turiel?
Yes. On the reappointment of Cindy Keegan to the Renewable Energy Task Force, 11 councilors voting, 11 in the affirmative, none in the negative. The matter carries. Further appointments and reappointments.
We have the mayor's reappointment of Christine Derby to serve as a constable with a term to expire on June 28th, 2017.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that this reappointment be received and placed on file.
Councilor McCarthy moves to be received and placed on file. Is in favor? Opposed? So moved. Communication from the mayor.
We have an order for an appropriation of $69,928.73 from the Retirement Stabilization Vacation Sick Leave Buyback Account for the contractual buyback of the following employees: Janine Dentremont, Cynthia Gorgelis, and Michael Pennell.
Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for suspension of the rules.
Councilor Epley moves for suspension of the rules. Excuse me. Favor, opposed? Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, I move that this be referred to, strike that, I move that this be adopted.
Thank you. Councilor Epley moves that this be adopted. Under discussion?
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, these are three individuals who are coming up for retirement from the school department, and this is part of the regular and ordinary contract buyouts as an ongoing obligation, and we as a city thank them very much for their service to the city, and we wish them very well.
Thank you. On Councilor Epley's motion for adoption, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further communication from the mayor.
We have an order, the Riverside Companies be granted a waiver pursuant to City Ordinance Chapter 2-22 to conduct dredging operations adjacent to the Blaney Street Harbor Walk on Sundays commencing January 31st, 2016, and concluding no later than February 28th, 2016.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move for adoption.
Under discussion?
Under discussion, Mr. President. Thank you. This is as indicated in the letter from the mayor, this is a very important operation that needs to be conducted for the completion of the next phase of the Blaney Street project. Typically, I'm not a big proponent of working on Sundays, but where this came in, for the record today, I went down and took my extended lunch, because I can do that once in a while, and sat there and had my lunch as they set up after a return trip from just outside of Boston where they dumped the material. They came, they set up, they started dredging. I wanted to see what it entailed, how loud it was. From my perspective, it wasn't very loud. It's located, you can see by the buoys they have out, it's located out by where basically, if anyone's been over there, the landing is out by our new pier. They're going to come in a little bit, and then they're going to go out and around. It's to accommodate the next phase, which would be a commercial wharf, docks, so to speak, for the city, which will be right down there in that area. The only reason I would ask that everyone consider the vote to allow them Sundays is they asked until February. That's only if they run into some very inclement weather. The federal government is very strict on a February 15th deadline for the dropping of the dredge material. It has to be in a specific area. By granting work on Sundays, it doesn't mean that they're going to be there all day. From what I'm told, depending upon what they hit when they're dredging, it could be anywhere from a 6 to 8 hour operation, and then depending upon what time of the day that happens, it's also dependent on the tides. They have to turn around and go to Boston. If they do it at night, the problem they have is now the right whales are running, so they have to go slower because they don't have visual. They have to do everything by radar. So sometimes so it all depends. There's a whole bunch of different factors, but they won't be there 24/7. They're going to come in, pick up some material, put it in a barge, haul it away, then come back. So they may be there. It depends upon how fast that digging part goes. They could be there from anywhere from 4 to 6, maybe a little longer, 6 to 8, depends on what material they're hitting. But I did, on my way to the meeting tonight, I actually stopped again and positioned myself in my vehicle at I call it the end of the parking lot at Blaney Street, where a lot of the neighbors park. It's the little 30-so spots right as you come in. Turned my truck off, sat there. It does make some noise. I'm not going to lie to you, it doesn't, but I anticipated going down there having a different conversation tonight because I thought it was going to be so loud, but the crane swings over, it's very quiet, it goes into the water, it goes to a certain depth, they close it, they lift it, they swing it, they drop it in the barge, and then they do it again. So it wasn't in my opinion, wasn't very intrusive, so my inclination is to allow them to happen because I look at it as this time of the year, it's February, most of the time people's windows are closed, and the next opportunity to do this, if we don't see this one, would be sometime in September. It's only certain times of the year they're allowed to do this. So, and by doing it now and allowing them this, it's going to hopefully guarantee that they get it done in such a way that we can set the gangway and the docks for the next phase before the end of June. So that's very exciting. So I would urge everyone to vote in favor, if they so inclined.
Councilor Fumiko.
Thank you, Mr. President. This would be pending the Good Ward 1's councilor approval, but would it be possible to send the residents who live right there next to that little lot just a letter in advance to let them know this work will be happening and just kind of an explanation so they receive it, postal stamp, so they have an idea?
Councilor McCarthy.
Seeing how it's Sunday, I don't think we can do that. I will try to have reached out as best we can, maybe a reverse 911 call. But where it's this Sunday, this came in, they're backed up time-wise against a deadline. The deadline's the February 15th, and they have to haul basically, I'm told, somewhere around 20 barges out of there. So if it's working out that somewhere around like a barge and a half a day, if you do the math, they should be able to get it done by the 15th. So potentially we're only looking at this Sunday, maybe next Sunday. It's all has to do weather dependent in the seas, because the barge they put the material in, when the seas, the seas may look flat here, but out around, once you get out around towards Boston, if they're choppy enough, that barge isn't conducive to move through that type of element. So it's a lot. Weather dependent. It's very difficult this time of the year. That's the only reason I'm inclined to do so. I have the utmost respect for the neighbors down there. They have put up with a tremendous amount of activity. And as I was walking out of a meeting that Council Famico, myself, and the good president were at earlier with regards to the National Grid project earlier this evening, I'm looking forward to like June. Because June, a lot of things start to die down. I thank the residents of the city of Salem for everything they've endured over the last few months and years. But when you look at June, for me, it's the Kingdom replacement project will be winding down. Hopefully, a lot of the roads that they've interrupted will be resurfaced. The Blaney Street Pier project will be hopefully in place. The power plant hopefully will have the structural skin of everything they're doing on the plant, and all the work will move to the inside, which will be a lot quieter operation. And we're gonna, obviously there'll still be a lot of truck activities, but just to get some of the streets paved and quiet down some of the truck traffic and move forward, it's been an arduous process for the last bunch of years, and I want to thank everyone for their patience. But when it comes to asking for a Sunday, I don't do that lightly. Everyone needs a day of rest, and for some people it works, and Sunday, and some people it happens to be another day, and they're inconvenienced because everyone doesn't work a standard work week. But I don't do this lightly. I'm not asking everyone to consider this lightly. Sundays, I typically don't look for that type of thing, but only because of the time of the year it is, and you're looking at February, where most of the time people have their windows closed. And I will be honest, I went down twice just to be sure. The tasks that they were doing weren't loud, so I think that hopefully it will go smoothly, and this will just be another phase that we can get done now, as opposed to having to wait and try to get something done in September back into the Halloween season. So that's the only reason I'm up here asking for this. Typically, I would just be saying Sundays, no, but where it's a Sunday and it's this time of the year, let's try it. Let's hope get it done and move forward. So that's what I would ask.
On Councilor McCarthy's motion for adoption, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Mayor's informational page, none. Motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem, the City Council, January 28, 2016, ordered that the monthly financial report dated December 31st, 2016, be referred to the Committee on Administration and Finance.
Under discussion.
Yes, Mr. President, this is just a standard report that's being filed at this time, and no further discussion.
Thank you. On Councilor Epley's motion for adoption, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem, the City Council, January 28, 2016, ordered that the year-to-date budget report dated October, November, and December 2015 be referred to the Committee on Administration and Finance.
Under discussion.
No discussion.
Thank you. On Councilor Epley's motion for adoption, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem, in the year 2016, an ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to traffic, be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Salem as follows. Section 1, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap parking limited time is hereby amended by adding the following. Foster Street, easterly side, starting at a point 20 feet northeast of North Street and continuing for a distance of 20 feet in a northeasterly direction, handicap parking tow zone. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect as provided by city charter. And I move for approval. I move for adoption under first passage.
Councilor Gerard moves for adoption. First passage is under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. This was a resident who had contacted me, and I asked Lieutenant Przewski to follow up, and when he looked at the area and looked at the need, he agreed that this was important to do.
On Councilor Gerard's motion for adoption for first passage, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Lovely.
Thank you, Mr. President. In the City of Salem, in the year 2016, an ordinance to amend an ordinance relative to traffic. Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Salem as follows. Section 1, Chapter 42, Section 57A, parking time limited, unmetered zones, is hereby amended by adding the following. Petruccio Avenue, northerly side, starting at a point 20 feet from Jefferson Avenue and continuing for a distance of 81 feet in a northwesterly direction, 15-minute parking only. Section 2, this ordinance shall take effect as provided by the city charter.
Adoption for first passage?
Yes. Move adoption for first passage.
Thank you. Under discussion.
Yes. I want to take this opportunity to thank Lieutenant Przewski. As many of you know, I served on the council many, many years ago, and I told the city clerk this evening I appreciated her drafting the ordinance. While I am an attorney and I'm capable of drafting it, it certainly saves a lot of time, and I do want to recommend that I commend Lieutenant Przewski, who has been so responsive to myself regarding this and some other issues in the ward. And I know going years back was a lot more difficult to get a hold of the traffic division. While they were responsive, it wasn't quite so quick, and I'm very appreciative. And on that note, there's no discussion, but I ask for first passage.
Thank you. On Councilor Lovely's motion for, Councilor Famico?
Thank you. Through you, just wondering if we could just have an explanation as to why this particular area, and I know it ties in a bit to the next one, just a little background.
Sure. Councilor Lovely.
Okay. Currently, there's a building on Jefferson Avenue that now has several new businesses. The building has been rehabilitated, and there's Enterprise Auto Sales has moved in, as well as an auto body, and there's a church there. And I've not been able to connect with Tom St. Pierre. I understand he was out last week relative to the amount of parking that's at the particular site. So currently, the employees are now parking in the neighborhood. And while I spoke with Lieutenant Przewski, we're going to open up some parking on a trial basis on Jefferson Avenue so that the employees will be parking on Jefferson Avenue, which is more appropriate. The reason for the next order, as well as this ordinance in particular, is because there's a daycare center that's operated there for many, many years, and the employees of these new businesses are now parking in front of their daycare where the parents are not able to drop their children off. So they were appreciative that Lieutenant Przewski and myself visited the location, saw the problem for what it was, and we think this is going to be a correction. There may be a trickle effect that will force cars further into the neighborhood, but Lieutenant Przewski and I have a plan to notify the businesses about what's going on, the fact that their ability to park on Jefferson Avenue will alleviate the expansion of employee parking to the neighborhood. So essentially, that's the reason for it.
All right. Councilor Famico?
Thank you. Just one more question. If this is 15 minutes and the next one's resident, is that the same area? And then how would one affect the other?
Through you, Mr. President. It is the same area, however, it's the opposite side of the street. The side, the daycare center is Petruccio Avenue heading down toward Jefferson on the left, or on the right-hand side, the other side would be the 60-day trial period. I know that resident sticker parking is necessary in a lot of areas in the city. I'm not a large proponent of it where it's not necessary, and I'm hoping that by putting this 60-day trial period into effect, it will immediately bring attention to the employees of the businesses that are there, and they will realize that it's a neighborhood and they should be parking on Jefferson Avenue, and/or appropriate parking should be provided on site. So I'm hoping that we don't have to go with the sticker program, but this is to alleviate the circumstances that are there today.
Councilor Famico.
Sorry, one more question for this. So for the 15-minute one, if someone has resident parking, even if they live on that street, they cannot park on those heading into their park for more than 15 minutes then? Would that be correct?
Through you, Mr. President.
Yes.
That is correct. However,
Okay.
it's only going to, the sticker parking, those stickers are going to be be issued. It's only going to be some signage is going to be put up at the recommendation of Lieutenant Brzezinski. And again, we feel very strongly that once the businesses get the message that they shouldn't be, this is a neighborhood and they shouldn't be parked there, it will alleviate the necessity to go with the sticker parking, and we'll stick with the 15-minute parking limits that will be in front of the daycare center.
Councilor Fumiko.
Just wanted to say thank you for answering all my questions.
I get more questions at home, but not many more.
On Councilor Lovely's motion for adoption for first passage. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Councilor Lovely.
Do I dare, Councilor Fumiko? City of Salem and City Council, January 28, 2016, ordered that a trial period of up to 60 days on the following traffic recommendation. Chapter 42, Section 75, resident sticker parking, Petruccio Avenue, Zone D, color yellow, southerly side between Calabrese Street and Jefferson Avenue. Resident sticker parking only, tow zone. In Petruccio Avenue, northerly side, starting at a point of 101 feet northwest of Jefferson Avenue and continuing in a northwesterly direction to Calabrese Street. Resident sticker parking, tow zone. Just under adoption, if I could. I think I've addressed the issue. What we're trying to resolve is a parking crisis that has occurred in the area, and we're hoping that the businesses will agree that we've made an attempt to provide more appropriate parking for the businesses, and again, to strive with the building owners to make accommodations to make sure that businesses that are located there have sufficient parking to support them.
Councilor Ryan.
Just had a question. The 60 days is again when the signs go up, and as a lot of times when 60 days happens, if we don't bring it back, it's just going to continue. That's why I just want to know if you're going to relook at it in like March, end of March, April.
Councilor Lovely.
Through you, Mr. President, we're
Yes.
hoping that the signs will go up relatively quickly. The weather is good. Lieutenant Brzezinski feels strongly that the plan that we've come up with at his direction, quite frankly, will, between the other points that I brought up relative to educating the business owners and the property owners and the employees, that we feel that we can resolve this without going to a permanent parking as far as resident sticker parking.
Councilor Ryan.
I just want to know, like, are you going to come? I know he monitors it, but a lot of time what happens, 60 days, if no one does anything, it becomes permanent, even though we don't legally do it. I just want to know, are you going to come back at like the beginning of April, or are you going to monitor the situation and go from there? That's the next one.
This is some sort of initiation, right?
Your secret handshake.
I'm beginning to think
It's a
so.
trial period for 60 days, so I would assume that if I wanted to extend it, I would have to come back. So the signs are going to be going up relatively shortly, and it's going to be 60 days, and I'm hoping that I don't have to come back and the signs will be taken down.
Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I just want to thank the Ward 3 councilor for working closely with Lieutenant Brzezinski and appreciate his diligent work on this effort.
Thank you. Thank you. Seeing no further discussion on the motion for adoption, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further motions, orders, and resolutions. Councilor Fury.
Mr. President, please. Ordered that the meetings of the qualified voters of the City of Salem be held in several voting precincts in the city at the voting places designated below hereafter on Tuesday, March 1st, 2016, for the purpose of casting votes for the presidential primary offices for the election of the following candidates or political parties for the following offices: presidential preference for the Commonwealth, State Committee Man, second Senatorial District, State Committee Woman, 2nd Senatorial District, Ward Committee, City of Salem. Now, waive the reading of the different precincts and ward places to vote.
So moved.
So moved.
If I may, Mr. President, tonight there's going to be a debate going on in Iowa for the presidential primary by a party, and if I may give credit to Councilor Lovely, many moons ago, he went out to Iowa working for Senator Kennedy in the presidential primary, working very, very hard for Senator Kennedy when he ran for office for President of the United States. So you know very firsthand the Iowa primaries and the Iowa caucuses and so on, how difficult that is. And it's very critical for all of us to vote. And I'm glad this city clerk is giving us the opportunity to do this tonight to remind people that New Hampshire's coming up, indeed. Iowa's coming up very soon, but we have the opportunity and the obligation to vote on March 1st, on Tuesday, to vote on the presidential primary. So thank you, Cheryl, thank you.
On Councillor Fury's motion for adoption, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Committee reports. Councillor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. The City of Salem City Council, January 28, 2016. The Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs, to whom was referred the matter of certain licenses, has considered said matter and recommend approval.
Waive the reading.
Oh, please.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
No discussion, Mr. President.
On adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further committee reports. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem City Council, January 28, 2016. The Committee on Ordinances, License, and Legal Affairs, to whom was referred the co-postal Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the amending an ordinance relative to the senior tax work-off program, has considered said matter and recommend approval.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. We had a committee meeting earlier this evening, at which time this amendment to this program was brought in by Councilor Milo. Councilor Milo spoke to the, I'll yield the floor to her in a minute. We discussed the raising the amount from $750 to $1,000, which is $1,000, which is allowed to by state statute. We also increased the number of participants in the program from 25 to 30. Deb Jackson from the assessor's office attended. In her budget, there's a line item in her budget with regards to senior work-off programs, abatements, and one other matter that appears in her budget. So there is enough built into that budget to accommodate the extra revenue that will be generated by this work tax program. Sarah Stanton, our city finance director, verified that. I think it's I want to commend Councilor Milo for working on this and bringing this in. It's a wonderful program. It provides seniors with the opportunity to, in some cases, really stay in their homes. It provides them the ability to work off $1,000 worth of their property taxes, and at the same time it allows them to get out of their homes, to do something productive, and maybe, hopefully, sometimes if it works out, related in a field that they were able to do when they were, younger. And it's a very social aspect for them as well. I mean, I had someone come up to me earlier who said that they had someone who worked in the program, and even after they worked through their hours, they stayed on and still come in and volunteer in the office, because even though it's one day a week and it's only 3 or 4 hours, it's something they look forward to. It works out well. It's a great program. The mayor brought this in a few years ago, but I want to once again publicly thank Councilor Milo for stepping up and realizing that we could raise these limits and help the seniors out, especially the ones who need it and qualify for this program. I think it's a wonderful opportunity. For full disclosure, my wife that now works down at the Senior Center / Council on Aging, she's very involved with some of the aspects of this program, as well as all the staff down there. They all work very hard to try to make sure that these seniors get placed and find an opportunity to work off some of their property tax. And I think it's something we passed earlier. We passed it for second passage, and it will allow this to happen come start of next fiscal year. But I want to thank Councilor Milo for bringing it in. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Milo, you want to?
Thank you, Mr. President. Through you, I think the good Ward 1 councilor pretty much covered it all, but I want to thank my colleagues for supporting this. This is a really important matter, and it means a lot to a lot of people, and it especially means a lot to me, so thank you.
Thank you. On adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. Further committee reports. Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and the City Council, January 28, 2016. The Committee on Administration and Finance co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter of a $5,000 transfer from DPS full-time salary to DPS contracted services, has considered said matter and would recommend approval.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, earlier this evening we had a meeting in which all of the committee was present, as well as Councilor Sargent from the Committee of the Whole. We had in attendance Sarah Stanton, our Finance Director, as well as John Tomas, our Director of the Department of Public Services. And what we gleaned from that, first of all, the issue is a $5,000 matter, but it was more than a $5,000 matter, because the issue really, Mr. President, was what is the plan for replacement for our City Hall custodian. Mike Bick retired last year, and Councilor Sargent brought this to the body's attention last week, and helping to have this referred to the committee, and that's why this committee had the committee hearing. And Mr. President, what we found from discussions with Ms. Stanton is that the administration has hired the Collins Center for Management at UMass Boston to do a study, basically an efficiency study, to see what needs we have within the city at large, whether that's not just the City Hall, but also our schools and so forth, and making sure that we're using our tax dollars to the best extent possible. One of the things that was raised within the committee meeting was making sure that we do have adequate staffing within our Department of Public Services, that we don't want to understaff our Department of Public Services, and that's going to be something that we on our committee, the Administration and Finance Committee, as we get into budget season, and frankly probably this council, is interested in seeing. We want efficiency certainly, but we want to make sure that we do so with a full contingency of workers within our DPW. So that's essentially what we discussed. We did recommend approval. Then what this for this particular line item, the $5,000 transfer is from Mr. Bick's former salary and would go toward contracted services for approximately 18 weeks for the $5,000. So we did recommend approval, but we're essentially we're wanting to make sure that the administration has a fully staffed Department of Public Services.
Thank you. Any further discussion? Councilor Sargent.
Thank you, Mr. President. Yeah, with all due respect, this money is budgeted for a full-time employee. We've had a retirement a while ago. There's been plenty of time to think about it. The job has been posted, and city workers have bid on it and are ready to step in. And I really believe that job belongs to a city employee, especially this building, especially our downtown City Hall. That this is where everything's supposed to happen as far as city government. I don't believe we should have outside contractors doing the work here. Nothing against them, but we need people that are familiar with this building, with our employees, with our offices. There's a lot of paperwork around here. The city clerk's office has to close and not have people in there when they're not there, so they're not always able to have their area cleaned. This contractor comes in only on Thursdays, when a full-time employee would be here 5 days a week, all the hours City Hall's open, keeping an eye on it, being here if something unforeseen came up. With a private contractor, we can't just call somebody and say, we had a problem with one of our windows, the door's stuck, this is wrong, and have some outside contractor come in. But an employee on hand can. It's the way we've done it for a long time. And if they want to have the study, I really believe they should find the money somewhere else and to take it from a worker's salary that's already budgeted. I know they're doing studying, and with all due respect, we hired an extra person for the mayor's office last year for $90,000, and we okayed that. You could possibly call that being top heavy. We didn't do a study on that. We didn't do an outside contractor for a while doing that. The mayor was able to hire somebody, and that's her right. But I think as far as the workers of the city and what we deserve in this building, it's our right to have somebody here working, and I think that money should stay there. This isn't the first time. This has been happening a lot, and it's time to start questioning this. to go have money we budgeted for full-time salaries to start going to outside contractors. And it's kind of a backdoor privatization going on. I really think we have to look at this. I respectfully ask for a roll call vote on this, please.
Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to agree with most of what Councilor Sargent raised. I just want to note that in terms of correcting the record on one thing, and that is, I'm not aware of any salary money being used for any study. The only thing that's before this body is a transfer of $5,000 from the full-time salary line item to a contracted services item. We're essentially, it's labor to labor here. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about salaried monies being used for studies.
Thank you. Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. Through you to the Chair of Finance. I walked in late in the meeting and I didn't feel it appropriate that I sat down to interject, but I just asked the one question just to clarify what you just said. So the study that has been referred to is going on independently of what we're talking about. This is until the study is done, the transfer of this money is from contracted services from personnel to contracted services to bridge us to the gap to when the study comes back. So when the study comes back in a month, 2 months, or 3 months, whenever it is, because they're looking at not just City Hall, they're looking at the whole city with regards to a lot of different things, then at that point they could come back and say, yes, it makes sense to have a full-time employee. At that time, we'd hire a full-time employee, but then if not, then there'll be a harder discussion, because this is a lot broader discussion rather than just just this. So this is just a short-term, fill in the gap, get the place cleaned until we can figure out, until the recommendations come back. Am I correct on that?
Councilor Epley.
Mr. President, through you, to answer the Ward 1 councilor's question, absolutely that's correct. And to clarify, and I'm glad he brought it up, the study, from what Ms. Stanton indicated to our committee earlier this evening, the study should come back. It was already in the works for the past several months. That should come back by February, by end of February, something like that, I believe is what was stated. So this is a stopgap measure. It is to basically get us through, as Mr. Tomas indicated, approximately 18 weeks worth of service. That doesn't in any way, shape, or form lessen the concerns of the good at-large councilor. I'm in agreement with him on that 100%. But for clarity's purposes, the Ward 1 councilor is absolutely correct. This is a stopgap measure, and the monies that were used for the study, I'll let the mayor answer that. I'm not sure exactly what line item that came from, but I know it was not from personnel money as far as I'm aware.
Thank you.
Councilor Sargent.
I do stand corrected. It wasn't coming from personnel money for the study. That was my error. But it is going to an outside contractor cleaning. And then if the study comes back and says we need the employee, where's the money for the employee? We've been using it for the outside contractor, and then we'll end up being short, and then we'll need to hire an outside contractor for a little while longer. This isn't just something new. 2 summers ago, for I think September, or August, September, October, we had people, an outside contractor, sweeping downtown, sometimes using kitchen brooms instead of push brooms. Now, I'm not an expert, but I don't think the job was being done exactly the way it should have been done. Now that took the salary of 2 full-time DPW employees that we ironically had the worst winter in the history of the world last winter, and we could have used those 2 employees for plowing, snow removal, and all those things. We needed those employees full-time year-round for whatever comes up. And just as we need an employee here full-time year-round for whatever happens to come up here besides their regular duties. And I really think that there's a little bit of a stall tactic going on here. That job was posted a long time ago. Mr. Bick didn't just retire. The study didn't just start happening right after he retired. They were hiring the outside contractor before the study even came about. So they can find the money somewhere else, the $5,000 for that thing, and leave this money in the account for full-time salary so we can have full-time workers working for the city.
Councilor McCarthy, then Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I haven't sat on finance for a bunch of years. I just want to say, first of all, if you have an employee that isn't currently working, that money is still in the budget in that line item. You can't transfer that money out of the budget without doing a process like this. So what this is simply doing is it isn't eliminating a position, nor is it eliminating the funds, Currently, right now, those funds aren't being expended, so they're there. So at the end of the year, their budget will, all those funds that haven't been expended, if they haven't been moved over, will be sent back into the general fund. So what's happening right now is, and I don't mean to speak for the finance chair, but it's just as someone who sat on finance for a number of years. So what's happening right now is the city hall needs to get cleaned. And rather than expending DPS funds for overtime, it has been deemed that the best solution short-term, as I stated earlier, stopgap, would be to allow an outside contractor to clean them 1 day a week. That still means that Dan, who comes in and locks up after meetings and stuff, is still around doing his stuff, still available to do what needs to be done during the day. With regards to the, I don't mean to bring up personnel issues, but with regards to what transpired last year, you have to take it to one step further. We approved that money for those services for the cleanup because of what was going on down at DPS. As part of what I heard from that meeting, as was stated by one of the members, is our DPS crew is getting a little older, so be it. I mean, that's just the way it works. Sometimes it goes through a cycle. Last year, we had guys that were out on disability, and some of them had operations. I don't need to, for whatever reasons, they weren't able to work. But at the same time, you still have to keep their slots in the budget. You can't just go hire somebody to work for DPS, and then lo and behold, when the other guys come back, now all of a sudden you have 2 extra guys that you don't have it budgeted to pay them. So what you do is you realize the fact that they are unable to work, perform their duties. So short term, you move money into contracted services to allow some of what they would have done. I mean, obviously they had to jumble stuff around, but once those contracted services were done, the guys came back to work, and as Mr. Tomas stated, from when he started, they're only down 1 individual. So that's what's going on. I don't think there's an underhanded way. I don't believe there is something going on here. But what's happening is sometimes guys retire, guys get sick. It happens. You have to reevaluate. You have to fill in the gaps to get stuff done to when those guys come back, or you make a determination that that's the best course of action. And that's all this is. This is short term, 18 weeks.
Councilor Epley.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm going to agree with my colleague from Ward 1. One thing I would add as well is that when the report comes back from the Collins Center, Ms. Stanton had indicated that she would be providing that to our committee. That's correct. Actually, she needed to check with the mayor on that. I will make a request directly to the mayor to request that we get a copy of that study. And then I would be more than happy, presuming that she allows it, which I can't imagine her not doing that, I disseminate that among the council members so that everyone has a copy of that and so they can see it for themselves. That all being said, I encourage everyone, we're not in budget season yet, but we're getting there. I encourage everyone here as members, and then certainly the folks at home, attend the budget meetings that will be coming up in May and June, because these are things that we will be discussing in terms of personnel, et cetera. And I would also reiterate to my colleagues through the president that if you have some priorities, and staffing might be one of them, this is the time to talk to Ms. Stanton and to the mayor about making that a priority. So I would encourage all of my colleagues to lobby the administration to make sure that we have an adequate staffing for DPS.
Councilor Famico.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just want to say for the record, I am very thrilled that our city is looking at doing this report. A lot of times we always keep the same personnel, the same way of doing things, and as we see in all levels of government right now, there's this kind of overview, and we're looking in things and realizing, is there a smarter way to do it? Are we spending the money where it's going to be? And with the increased transparency, taxpayers want to know where their money's going. Is it best in a certain position? So we're very lucky that they took that initiative to have this report done. And while this one item right now is bringing this discussion forward, it's important for us to have. So thank you to Ms. Stanton and to the mayor for that, and for Councilor Epley for holding that meeting, and also for Councilor Sargent for initiating that tonight as well.
Councilor Lovely.
Yes, through you, Mr. President, to the finance chair. Could you elaborate a little bit on this study? It's the first time hearing of it, maybe the scope of it without going into great detail. I wasn't aware of a study going on.
Councilor Epley.
Mr. President, I wish that I had more information. Tonight was the first time that I'd heard of the study as well during the committee meeting. So that's why I'm I have every faith that the mayor will provide us with a copy, but I will certainly make that formal request to the mayor tomorrow to have that disseminated once that comes in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilor Sargent, briefly.
It is a little bit strange that we first heard about the study when we questioned the transfer of money from full-time salaries to private contractors. You know, we had never heard of any study before then. It would have been nice to know about that, and it would be nice to know if it's going from custodians all the way to the highest paid positions in the city. Because so many times people want to cut out the little guy, and then, you know, you lose 3 little guys to hire 1 big guy, and whether it's private, public, whatever sector, it seems like that happens a lot. And I've worked at places where that's happened. So, but there are people qualified, ready, able, willing to step into this job. They've already bid it. It's already been posted. I could see maybe if somebody bid this job, then their job opened up and somebody bid into that. Then their job opened, somebody bid into that, as happens all over industry. And the last possible job at the end of the totem pole, nobody was ready to step into, and we were contracting for that. Maybe. But there are people ready, willing, and able, and I've talked to the young man who works here that isn't full-time, that wants this job, and has done a very good job filling in. Okay, we have people willing and able to do this job, and that's what I'm trying to bring to a head right here. If we don't approve this, they're going to have to fill that position, and they should fill that position. You know, and worst comes to worst, if their study came back, they might have to lay off or have somebody that's temporary. They could hire the person temporary. But they're making no effort whatsoever at all to have somebody here 40 hours a week to be here for any kind of situation that arises. We're filling that position with somebody, a crew that comes in on Thursdays. Well, City Hall is open Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday also. And there's a person needed here at night. Usually we had somebody here. Mr. Bick was here all the time when we were here. Now we don't always have, as somebody mentioned earlier. Sometimes we go to close and there's nobody here because they're spread thin, they're at other buildings. So we need that position. If we're going to make a move, we have to make a decision. And I would ask for a roll call vote on this, please.
Councilor Ryan?
Thank you. I agree with Councilor Sargent. I mean, I didn't, like Councilor Halvey, I didn't know about any study. It seems like these jobs are going to be privatized, and you're going down a slippery slope. When Mike Bick retired, he should have been replaced, probably with 2 people for the amount of work that he did around here. But I just don't, I don't think that's the right thing. And then as well as the contracted services, is it the same company that did the pedestrian mall?
Yes.
Okay. All right,
Councilor Fury?
thanks.
Yes. Councilor Chorio, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. We've been aware, the administration has made us aware that they've been working with the Collins Institute on a number of municipal issues and studies. They told us that at our retreat, that they discussed it. She made note of that in the inaugural, and it's been well reported that that's something that she's been working on. I think the personnel study is just one outgrowth of the many things that are being studied here. I don't know what results will come of it ultimately. I don't know what the analysis will say. It could very well be that the analysis winds up saying that we need more staff on the City Hall side. We need more staff on maintaining the annex or such. But I believe that the idea of what they are trying to do is not just look at what we have, but look at what we need. And if it means we need more people in certain places, then they'll be coming to us at the budget season and asking us to put more bodies in certain places. If it means that they need more in one area and fewer in another, then they'll be asking us to allocate the money appropriately to do that. And that's our responsibility as the City Council. This particular matter is a budget transfer because the money left behind when Mike retired quite a few months ago has not been spent as of yet. A person has not been hired, so they have made arrangements. They've made a contract through a state procurement contract to use a services firm to come in and take a portion of that money that's being saved. I don't believe that in the several months that Mr. Bick has been gone, that this $5,000 covers all the money he would have earned during that time. He was substantially better paid than that. So, but this covers some service to help keep this place a little bit cleaner during the next few months while they wait for these decisions to be made. And while they approach the end of the fiscal year. I don't think this is a, I don't think this is a slippery slope for us or for the administration per se. I think this is more just trying to get through a short-term need without making the long-term commitment, because we don't know exactly yet what that long-term commitment is going to be.
Thank you.
Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just a few other comments about this, that again, the study has absolutely nothing to do with this $5,000, that UMass was just looking at doing a custodial and a facility assessment that how everything is operating currently. The services company, the SJ Services, was the one that we had 2 summers ago. We weren't happy with them outside, but what they've done for us inside has been much better. And it just, I'm kind of flabbergasted as to why this is a question. It's like, do you want the City Hall clean or don't you want it clean? That's basically what the vote comes down to, because it's just this one little portion. Because again, $5,000 is not a full-time salary. It's just the line item where it comes from. That's why it's called that. So I can't imagine why you wouldn't be in support of just having this cleaned 1 day a week, 2 people. The young man that my colleague referenced, he's spread out across the city doing other jobs, so he can't do this. He is already at full-time. And as Ms. Stanton explained, that when my colleague had asked about if this is a union job, if it's civil service, that it is a union job, and she said that the AFSCME does not like to do part-time jobs. And so that's why, that was one of the other reasons why they wanted to just use this very temporarily. And again, temporarily, 18 weeks out, we're talking middle of May. And the budget season, and our budget's over June 30th. So it just seems like a no-brainer. Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilor Sargent, please briefly.
With all due respect, it's 18 weeks out, but it's a whole lot of weeks in already also. We've been doing this for a while, okay? Like I say, the job has been posted. There's a city worker willing to do it. We can hire somebody. We can move people around next budget season. But right now, it's time to hire somebody that's waiting in line to be hired. That's it. It's not the same as having somebody come in every Thursday.
We have a request. Councilor Epley.
Move the question.
We have a request for a roll call vote. Can I have a show of hands, please? Okay. So roll call vote on adoption of the recommendation. Madam City Clerk, would you please call the roll?
Counselor Dibble.
Yes.
Counselor Epley.
Yes.
Counselor Famico.
Yes.
Counselor Fury.
Yes.
Counselor Gerard.
Yes.
Counselor Lovely.
Yes.
Counselor McCarthy.
Yes.
Counselor Milo.
Yes.
Counselor Ryan.
No.
Counselor Sargent.
No.
Counselor Terrio.
Yes. On the matter of a transfer from DPS full-time salary, $5,000 from DPS full-time salary to DPS contracted services, 11 councilors voting, 9 in the affirmative, 2 in the negative. The matter carries. Further committee reports. Councilor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. City of Salem and City Council, January 28, 2016, the Committee on Public Health, Safety, and the Environment co-posted with the Committee of the Whole, to whom was referred the matter relative to parking issues on Howard Street, has considered said matter and would recommend that the matter remain in committee.
On acceptance of the committee report, all those in favor? All those opposed? So moved. On adoption of the recommendation, under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. This was a fantastic discussion, actually, that we had with the police chief, with city solicitor, as well as the city collector, about issues going on Howard Street. And I want to be clear that because in the traffic ordinances that Howard Street and Howard Street Extension is not, they aren't 2 separate streets, that we had to post it as Howard Street, but this is only referring to the section of Howard Street that is on the other side of Bridge Street, on the Jefferson Station side, which is the Ward 6 side of Howard Street. And so through, again, a very robust conversation with my colleagues, with and members of the public who were here that live on both sides of the Howard Street extension, recommended keeping this in committee and continuing it for further study, and we will be setting up another meeting.
Thank you. On adoption of the recommendation, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Communication from city officials, none. Petitions.
We have a request from BNS Fitness to hold the Kevin O'Boyle 5K run, walk, and use of city streets on August 20th, 2016.
Counselor Gerard.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that this be approved.
Counselor Gerard moves for approval. Under discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. Last year, I actually had the pleasure of and the honor of running this race. This is in memory of Kevin O'Boyle, who was a Salem firefighter as well as a Cambridge firefighter. And I have to say that this was probably one of the most powerful races that I've ever taken part in. There were firefighters from many different communities that came out, firefighters in full gear that were running, and they were actually passing me. And it's just a fantastic, fantastic race, and I strongly support its approval. Thank you.
I'll note that my son ran that race also, and he was very
He beat the
impressed by
tail
that.
off me.
He's 13, yes.
Yes, he should. He should.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of the road race. I think it's a wonderful event. And just if I could, with regards to the application, if we could have the city clerk at some point refer back to the Park and Rec Department. With regards to the road races, if they're going to put down curbside as the way they're going to clean up, with the way that since we've changed the way we pick up curbside, I'm assuming they're recyclings and whatnot, unless they specifically tell us that they're going to put it in front of their own home, curbside is that they just can't leave it in a recycle bin and hope that it's going to get picked up. So we're very specific about that now. And the other thing is, I just happen to be, as a curious person, I was just flipping through to kind of find out what kind of insurance somebody needs to run a road race, because they've included their insurance certificate and it's currently out of date. So if we could have their updated insurance certificate as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. President.
Councilor Sargent.
Thank you, Mr. President. It's very good to see, I was going to ask, and I read it in here, what it benefits Wounded Warrior Project, and to see below it 100%. That's very, very good to hear.
We did that last year as well.
I know we tie up our roads a lot for road races, and I don't feel enough of it goes to charity. For instance, for years, the Salem golf team wondered what to have for a fundraiser. And lo and behold, they came to a golf tournament, and it does tremendous. You know, it was standing there right in front of us and, waiting to happen. Well, we have a Salem track and field teams, cross-country, winter track, spring track. Shouldn't a certain percentage of our road races be going to our high school, to benefit our high school track teams, our high school athletic department, things like that? So we have to look at that in the future, but it's really good to see this one going 100%. Thank you.
Councilor Ryan.
Just letting you know that this insurance is not out of date. It's in a force right here.
I'm going by the top in the top right corner.
That's the day they printed it.
Usually, well, just for, okay.
The effective dates right here, 11/29, 15, 16.
I trust Councilor Ryan on insurance
I trust Councilor Ryan too, guys. I looked at the top date in the corner.
Councilor
Mine's
Famico.
good for a year.
To tag on to that, though, by the time the road race does happen, that insurance will not be up to date. It expires in June.
That's their
For part of it, so it depends on what type of insurance.
That's
So,
their auto policy.
right, but they submit everything. So just if we could get everything after that and up to date would be good.
Always updated.
So on Councilor Gerard's motion for approval, we see no further discussion. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions.
We have a list of license applications for public guide and taxi operators.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that these matters be granted.
Under discussion.
Please waive the reading and no discussion.
Discussion is waived. On the motion to grant, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions.
We have a taxi operator license denial.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that this taxi operator license be denied.
Under discussion.
No discussion.
On the denial of the license, on the denial of the petition, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions.
We have a hearing request from Francisco Gonzalez on the denial of his taxi operator license.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that this matter be referred to the Committee on License or Legal Affairs to hold an executive session to discuss the matter.
Under discussion.
No discussion, Mr. President.
Seeing no further discussion on adoption of the petition, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions?
We have license applications for pawnbrokers, secondhand valuable, and tag days.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that these matters be referred to the Committee on License, Orders, and Legal Affairs.
Under discussion?
No discussion, Mr. President.
On Councilor McCarthy's request, they be moved that they be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, Licenses, Legal Affairs. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions?
We have a list of drain layer contract operator licenses.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that these contractor drain layer licenses be granted.
Under discussion?
No discussion, Mr. President.
On Councilor McCarthy's motion that these be granted, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions?
We have one claim.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that this matter be referred to the Committee on License, Orders, and Legal Affairs.
Under discussion?
No discussion, Mr. President.
On Councilor McCarthy's motion, these be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, Licenses, and Legal Affairs. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further petitions?
We have 2 drain layer bonds and 1 signed bond.
Councilor McCarthy.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that these matters be referred to the Committee on License, Orders, and Legal Affairs and returned approved.
Under discussion?
No discussion, Mr.
On
President.
Councilor McCarthy's motion, these be referred to the Committee on Ordinances, Licenses, Legal Affairs, returned approved. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Unfinished business?
We have an order to declare a parcel of land as surplus, 52,491 square feet, and parcel B containing approximately 1,260 square feet, former Universal Steel property located at 297-305 Bridge Street, and parcel A containing approximately 2,035 square feet with a condition of a permanent utility easement on parcel A.
And the motion on this one would be to continue this, right? All right, Councilor Famico? They're not continued to any day because we haven't had the public hearing yet.
No, but it's a new order.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's a continuation. The public hearing for this was continued to Thursday, February the 4th at 6:30 p.m.
We do nothing on it, it's already.
Yeah.
So it's tabled. So I move to table.
No. We just moved to continue to and not without a date certain.
Continued
Okay.
on the 4th of.
Move to continue to Thursday, February 4th at 6:30 p.m. here in the City Council chambers. Everyone's welcome to come. We have quite enough space for everyone, and due to this current next few not being joint public hearings with the planning board, we'll have some more seats available as well.
So on Councilor Famico's motion that this be continued to the public hearing next Thursday, February 4th at 6:30 p.m., or with we already scheduled public hearing. Yep. Pardon? Move to suspend the rules so the clerk can speak, sir.
We had a night that we had already scheduled a public hearing. We only got one item out of the five that were before the council. The other 4 items, we opened them to continue them to February 4th. Because the agenda is done on a Tuesday prior to that meeting, didn't know what the outcome would be. So therefore, I put this disclosure that due to the scheduling of the public hearing on the 26th, action is unknown and is based upon the outcome of the hearing, whether closed or continued. So now we know that it was continued, and these items will be taken up on the 4th.
Yes, Councilor Epley?
Mr. President, point of parliamentary inquiry, and perhaps it's to the city clerk or the chair or the president. Is any action necessary on any of these items since since there have been public meetings that were scheduled?
Right.
So no action is necessary.
So with that, if we don't need to make any motion out of this, then Councilor Famico, would you withdraw the motion? And we'll
Withdraw the motion, but everyone's still invited to come.
Thank you.
No action taken, that's all.
All right. Further unfinished business.
We just skipped down.
Yeah, we should be able to skip them then. Skip to page 21, which is the next thing that we actually have live.
Okay, we have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap parking Amanda Way.
Councilor Epley.
Mr. President, I move for second and final passage.
Under discussion.
No discussion.
On Counselor Epley's motion for second and final passage, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Further unfinished business.
We have second passage of an ordinance amending traffic, Chapter 42, Section 50B, handicap park in Ober Street.
Counselor Epley.
Mr. President, I move for second and final passage.
Under discussion.
No discussion.
On Counselor Epley's motion for second and final passage, all those in favor? Opposed? So moved. Counselor Fury.
Motion to adjourn.
Counselor Fury moves we adjourn. All those in favor? Opposed? So moved. We are adjourned.